think about how the positive parts of COVID in our lives.
I'm a better person anyway.
Okay, thank you. Is there a declaration of pecuniary interest or a general nature thereof? I always think pecuniary is such a funny word. It is. You say it all the time. Okay, so Mr. Sprint and I think Abby had some great things that they were doing behind the scenes while the Recreation Committee was not functioning. So that's the reason really for this special meeting. We had talked about some of these things at council, but just now that we can have meetings again in a different form, but still together, I think we just want to bring you up to date on what's been going on.
So,
Can you hear us, Allison?
Yep. Perfectly.
Okay.
so just to start off, Allison, I sent you an email just a moment ago. It'll be a report that we
Yes.
talked later in the meeting. So you can open that
Yep.
up. So on the mascot and the Canada Day event, which Abby's going to be talking about, and I haven't seen her report, so, but was a little busy. We had come up with a concept, and it was partly some of the discussions I had with the people with the strategic plan, and a little bit before we started doing that a mascot's a good thing to have, and certainly with the COVID thing, to have that web presence. So Abby's been working on a contest to create a mascot. We're not planning on having a counselor walk around in a costume or one of the workers. It's more of having a little friend on our things, especially for the children. So Abby's going to talk about that. And then the Canada Day event, as you're going to see later in the meeting, things just keep changing rapidly. And we really can't do an event with public altogether. So we thought more of the African lion safari concept, where the people are in the cages and the animals are along the side of the road. So we were looking at having an event where people could drive through the park road, and you could have first responders and equipment and things out, and people would be able to see that. And then we'd have a place where they could get a snack or a handout, a protocol to do that, and even possibly a contest that we could drive by, and I'm leaving this to Abby, but some sort of beanbag you throw it in. You get a ball, a tennis ball at the beginning, and you throw it into the thing, and you might get a prize. So I will say that a couple of things, that it's hard to do things in COVID, and one thing that we come a little further, even though we're coming out of the restrictions, people are still feeling very restricted. We opened the office officially on Monday, and Monday we had 3 people in the office. So people aren't coming back, the crowds aren't coming back. So what you can get for an event, and even getting the participants, such as the first responders, who have to be extremely careful with how they do things, it's a challenge. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. But just saying that, I'd like to pass it over to Abby to do the mascot contest, and then the Canada Day, and then with regards to the summer event, I'll start that, and then Abby has some additional stuff. So leave it to you, Abby.
Okay, so mascot contest, in front of you, you have the rules / kind of regulations to doing so. Basically what we're looking at is we will advertise when, I guess we pick a date. And what we'll do is all of the submissions will come to Laura and myself. And then we'll have, I think it was council that was going to sit down and decide who the winner was, and first prize will be a bike. We are looking to see if we're going to do second and third prizes. I don't think
Our last conversation, we have runner-up prizes.
We have runner-up prizes. We haven't decided exactly what they are yet. They're still kind of the question. The first prize is for sure a bike. For the mascot contest, kids themselves will not be able to submit, but their parents can, just because that's how we're doing it. But it'll still be the kid that would get the bike, or the parents would pick it up and take it home. We're looking at Canadian Tire, Sports Tag, and we're looking at a couple other places for that bike. It's a pretty good budget, so it should be a pretty good bike. If you take a look at the rules and you see anything that you think needs to be added to them, please let me know. First time we made those.
Quick step in, for the councils allowed us to do $500 for the prize, basically. So that would include the bike and the other prize, which is just a matter of shopping.
Abby, or is it, should it, in order submission guidelines, should that be, what's PST? Should that be Eastern Standard Time? What is PST?
Is this the PST?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll change that to Eastern. It should be
Okay.
Eastern, yeah.
Because I didn't know, maybe it's not.
No, it should be Eastern.
Okay. So would you envision putting it on the website and then Facebook and
Yeah.
then like the leader, or would you try and do, like, could you send it out to the different, I'm just thinking, like your property owners association, because they just have an email and they can send it out that way.
Yeah.
And maybe the Golden Lake one, or like, how would you envision advertising it?
So in my looking at advertising, it would be sent, it would be on our website, it would be on our Facebook page, it would be sent to all those little groups and associations within our residency. It's also going to be sent to the library, we posted on theirs, they're on board on helping with that. So that's kind of the idea there. It's also going to be posted on a lot of our CSB school websites and Facebook pages as well. If for some reason that isn't good enough, then we'll look at putting it in later, but low cost is what we're looking at there. So that is on mascot. The idea is when they pick one, we'll get maybe getting like a banner made with it on it. Like no one's gonna be running around in a mascot suit like Andrew said.
And just, just for everyone's information, council was introduced to a really good graphic artist a couple, 2 weeks ago, and she can do amazing things. So once we get a concept, we could probably work with the graphic artist that we got working with our strategic plan to make that a reality.
So that's our mascot contest and what we're looking at there.
So the reason 18 is because you gotta sign a contract.
Yeah, that's the reason. So it's basically, even if it was a parent, or a child, you have to have the parent sign anyways, that's why the reason for it. Just to cover all of our bases.
No, that's good. I mean, this is a long thing, though. I think sometimes kids will get lost in doing it. I mean, maybe that's just one of the things they have to complete when they submit their drawing.
Yeah.
But, initially just have something that says, we're trying to get a mascot for a community, just to hype it up and make it exciting.
Yeah.
So the
Usually
only
there's a
thing
line that
is-
says, please get your parent or guardian to check on into the details, so that they just look at the blurb and then the parent can do the rest.
So you don't have a date for when that's supposed to be?
Well, we're going to pencil a date when we can do it. We originally had planned to have it for Canada Day, but just with all the stuff we've been doing with COVID, we haven't been able to do. So we were thinking possibly of doing it for the Civic Long Weekend in August. So it just, with some of the restrictions, and again, I'll talk about restrictions a little bit further in the meeting, it's difficult putting things together. As this is the first time we've been able to have 10 people in the room, and we didn't get 10.
So I'm still stuck on the parent thing here. So it says, I'm the sole creator of the mascot design.
Yes,
So can my kid?
So
really-
if you are the one signing the contract, then they're assuming that it is theirs. Because if you were to put in, this is my child, or this is someone else's, then it's technically they're not supposed to be signing the contract.
I think we could work on
Yeah.
massaging that. So
Yeah,
this is just the draft that Abby's put together,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I think we can massage that before we put it out.
that's good. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll figure that out, because I would probably enter my kids and then be on the way this reads. Well, that's exciting.
Just something for like families to do at home, or kids, kind of keep them busy while they're sitting at home. I know my siblings are at home bored and need something to do, so.
No, it's a good idea. It should create some enthusiasm. Hopefully lots of people will, or a number of people.
Yeah, we're hoping that a lot of people will partake in it, considering a lot of people are doing that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're looking there. As for Canada Day, the drive-through Canada Day, there is a lot of the first responders have not given me official answers, but went on the phone with them, and from the first emails I got from them, it's likely a no. Just because they're trying to keep,
I would have suggested it was gonna be a no.
yeah, because Canada Day, it's gonna be very busy, they're gonna be all over the place. The military has officially said no. I got that email this morning because they don't have non-essential staff even on base right now. So they want to keep everyone at home, healthy, just in case they do get deployed for some reason, which is understandable.
So just to add to everything, we may get a few more that will say yes, but I think we're going to get to a point at the end of next week that has to be a break point to decide whether we can put something on that's presentable or not. So when we put the report to council, basically the line at the end said if we can do it, and if it comes down to we can't do it, we can't do it.
Yeah, I think the optics of having the first responders would not be good. Because everybody's like, stay home, take care of yourselves, take care of the plumber. That kind of thing, could you do that? Like we said, throw a beanbag in and throw something in and throw a, I don't know, parents we do that? Like if I could bring my kid to be socially distanced, but then
The only way we found we could do is with the cars, and the cars, with the report we put to council, we would have to have our bylaw officers making sure that they keep their distance with the cars. For lack of better things, it's like African lion safari. You got to keep them moving, and you can't stop and play with the monkeys.
So is there any update on, like, I think it was the paper, I haven't read it yet, but Eganville doing fireworks? And do we co?
We have with them before. They're doing fireworks this year. They've got electronic ignition, so they don't have to be near the fireworks. How it's going to work to be able to watch fireworks is again, everyone's trying to do something that works. So they haven't asked us for a contribution, and I think it's because it's more of a lower profile. But we would be willing to help out later, because the one thing we do have, and we should do something for Canada Day, is we do have a $1,500.
Yeah.
And we have to give it back if we don't use it.
Yeah. Do you have to do it for Canada Day? Did you not do something later on down the road?
It was for Canada Day, that's the terms of the grant. I think it doesn't say that Canada Day has to be on Canada Day. So we might be able to do something officially a little bit later. So just for the committee, if this doesn't look really, really good, we're going to stop it at the end of next week.
Totally. I mean, I support that personally. Do you guys support that? I support it, no. Yeah. Like if they can't pull it off, I mean, we don't want to say anyway, but I don't think they're going to pull it off. But I like that idea of maybe doing it a month from now, if we can. Before the end of summer. It's kind of funny. And Coast Canada Day, like Canada Day, under-regulate.
And maybe it could be linked to, if we did the mascot and we had a successful outcome with the mascot, it could be, It's hard to know because COVID is so fluid, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to make decisions upon what we know now because they could change now.
And I can't imagine the government say, we'll take it back. I mean, I think they need the money, but I think they might say, do something.
Well, I mean, also you do kind of have a reason why you didn't do it on Canada Day, right? It's not like you couldn't have done it because,
I would think they all know nobody's really gonna do it on Canada Day.
it's not gonna be the same kind of Canada Day as in the past. No, I agree with that, that is for sure.
And if they say, okay, you can put a slide in instead, because that's, something that's it'll be interesting to see what they allow you to change it.
Given the circumstances, I think that if we can't do it, they're going to allow something.
Exactly. They don't want.
They do have a funding window though, so it has to be, I can't remember, it's the beginning of October, but that's when the money has to be used. So it still gives us 3 months.
Yeah. So if we want to do an event, anyway, that's kind of more.
See, and I was thinking too, like Andrew talked about, it's like a reverse parade, right? So I thought if we did have something like bring an old car down, sometimes people just like run and buy and have old cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Just to get people doing things, but it's hard to have people doing anything in a car when really be able to stay in with the car.
It'll be kind of fun to watch how they pull off the fireworks. Like, the municipality do the fireworks and then see how we can build on it. That's successful.
Like, and it's too bad what we couldn't do, but I mean, it's difficult too. If you knew you're gonna have 50 people and you ask each of those people to dress their car up, right?
Yeah.
So it's nearly like you're the judges watching a parade of cars go by.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those things, to get people out and they might just as well just wanna stay at their cottage, right?
Yeah.
I would think that Township Valley is going to have the fireworks, it's going to be very well attended.
Yeah.
There's very little things going on.
Yeah.
So my opinion is, in this case, maybe put $1,500 towards their fireworks and let them have a few fireworks.
I guess what they're gonna do is they're gonna try and figure out how they're going to allow people to view the fireworks, because it's not gonna be like before where, I'm sitting right next to you.
Well, they don't have their dinner on the bridge, so that'll open up the whole bridge, plus both sides of the road, both sides of the river, so they'll be able to spread the people out pretty easy.
It's just they have the manpower to do that.
They have the whole fire department, if they have to, they'll just take our fire department.
Hi, Jan. Thank you.
Excuse me. Rocks and trees.
So I guess in the end, we're gonna wait and see what happens within the next week, right?
Yeah, we'll just do a cutoff, we have to.
That's my thought on it anyway, but for the one down here, I'm afraid you're not gonna get participation for it.
No,
It'd be nice to do, but I just can't see them
plus
participating.
two, if the weather, let's say, was really crappy, then for sure you're not gonna have people. Right now, you're limited in the amount of people that probably potentially could come. If the weather is not favorable, then you put all that time and effort into something that,
So we'll see what we can do on that one.
Okay.
So an update basically on recreation. So I hope, Allison, were you able to open that report?
Update on recreation? Yeah.
So with the current restrictions in place and a little bit of uncertain in the near future, our program is going to be severely altered for the summer. It changes daily, it changes hourly, and it's back and forth. And as I mentioned earlier, the people are not moving. They're not going to things, even though you open something up, nobody comes. So you have to go within what you can do, and then what's actually going to happen. So the hub rental, as of now, we could actually have the hub rental, but the health unit and the province has put protocols on how we clean things. So we would have to have time to clean between rentals, and then time to disinfect, and then how do we handle the actual signing things back and forth and physical contact. It's not feasible to do this year with limited staff and the ability to clean things. Township Valley has decided not to do theirs. They're actually talking about selling their hub equipment. I had Abby reach out and they're selling their hub equipment, call us because we might just buy it. But,
Yes, I wanted to bring that up.
if something changes that allows us a less of a regime to clean things, maybe, but I would suggest that we don't do the hub rental at this time because we physically can't do it. And disinfecting a kayak that someone puts completely in means that you have to do a spray wash with a disinfectant. You have to have a place to do it. It would be a very difficult thing to do. It just cost prohibitive and time prohibitive for us, unfortunately. Swimming lessons.
I think
Allison was.
Oh, Andrew, I was just wondering, just a thought, although it might be more of a pain, if you could just run it on like weekend. I mean, it would be very limited rental, but then you'd have the whole week in between, and surely to God, letting the thing sit outside for 5-6 days, you won't have to disinfect the entire thing. It's just a thought.
So from the information we've been given, it changes. Sometimes it's 72 hours, and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know. But the protocol is to disinfect it, and to disinfect something that someone's crawling inside with their legs means you would have to have something to spray and clean.
Yeah,
if we could do something, yes, or if we, I don't like putting it, you know, at your own risk, take it, because we have an obligation to clean, and the health unit says we do clean and
Yeah.
disinfect. At this time, I don't think we can do the hub right.
okay.
Swimming
I
lessons.
I was gonna say, the other thing is about the hub. I like the idea of you mentioning about looking at maybe purchasing some of Veganville's, because I did see that article in the paper and thought, first of all, I'm surprised that they're allowed to sell it because, you know, they were given grant money for it. But secondly, if they are gonna sell it, I was glad to hear you say that you'd look at and consider maybe buying it.
I think it would be a good investment for us to do.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we may be the only person they could sell it to, given that it was funding grant money that did it.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
the optics look bad, and somehow we could tell them that in a nice way. The optics
Yeah.
is selling something that they got grant money for. I know in the school board, when you have surplus equipment, it's put up on a website, and then other schools can ask for it, and if nobody takes it, then it goes to being sold, right? But I mean, I really think the optics is bad, and I have that same idea as if they're getting rid of some stuff. And and last year our
Right.
lending program seemed to be more successful, that, you know, that would be something that we could get good thing for our budget.
And there's all kinds of things you can do if they're interested in doing that, because we could say that instead of them selling or giving us the equipment, they could just partner with us and we would administer all the equipment and then be open to both municipalities. So there's things that we can do with that.
Exactly.
With the swim program, presently, swim programs are not supported by the governing agencies. So we can't have a sanctioned swim program this summer. Pools are starting to open up. The province is still not allowing their pools to open up. They've allowed other pools to open up, and other swimming facilities, and I'll explain a little bit beaches later. We just can't have a swim program that's sanctioned this year, so it was pretty well known that we could not do that.
I wondered how they could open up those splash pads, because they said that they would allow the splash pads to be open.
So again, there's protocol for that. So what the province has done, the province has given some guidelines, and then it's up to the local health unit. So you'll see a little further down this, what we have to do for our health unit that you can open up a beach.
But Andrew, what you're saying is like Red Cross and those governing agencies, they don't want swim lessons, right?
They're not
So-
sanctioned.
So what basically is going on is we don't have the people to say, yeah, you've got your level 3 or whatever, because they're saying they don't want any swimming lessons. It doesn't mean people couldn't swim. It's meaning that governing agency is going to not allow people to do the program.
Exactly.
It'll be the same as the schools, like they don't want the kids back in school.
That's
They
right,
want
that's
to get rid of swimming lessons.
Yeah, so even though we had everything in place to have a swim program, now the guys at the top said, no, we can't.
Exactly. We got our letters from Lifesaving Society and Red Cross saying they're highly suggesting that their certified lifeguards do not work, do not come in contact with children.
So that put the kibosh on that.
So with beaches, and I just added some material at the end of the report on what the health unit suggested. This is sort of part of a report that's going to council. There's a lot of protocol that we have to do. Basically, the health unit would like us to have an in-out at the beach. So you go to the beach one way and you come out the other way. That's kind of difficult to do at some of our beach areas. So basically, it's like a store in town. You've been possibly to a couple of stores, and you'll have a one way in and one way out, and aisles are one way. And also to encourage hand washing and physical distancing, even putting circles in to have people within the circle. It's fairly difficult, but we're going to work within those protocols to the best of our ability to have the beaches open. The reality for us is that we can't police the beaches. We don't have enough staff to be at every beach at every moment. Short of closing the beaches, we can't make sure that everybody follows those. But we do have signage up for the beaches. Water facilities, which is somewhat part of the beaches, are now allowed to be open. So that water facilities includes change rooms, docks, and splash pads and things. But the health unit has given us protocol, and the province has given us protocol on how they shall be cleaned. So with our docks, and we have to require the physical distancing on the dock. So when you have a dock this wide, you can't make a spot where you have 3 feet wide people can't pass each other. And then you also have to clean your decks twice a day. This is something that we don't have the staff to do, the ability to do. So we're not going to open our docks up this year unless protocols change, then we can do something. And the docks are primarily used for the swim program. Change rooms can now be opened, but there's a protocol to them and they have to be cleaned twice a day. And we have to make sure that there's sanitizer. Making sure means that you have to make sure it's there. You can't just put a bottle in there and hope that it stays. So there is some protocol on the change rooms. We plan to have them open during regular business hours when we have staff. And as we go down to washrooms, we can't do the protocol that's required at outhouses. We have a couple of sites with outhouses. We can't, unless we put a porta potty in the cleaning station and everything, we can't do it. So we're not going to open up outhouses. Basically, we're just not going to lock them. We're not going to have them. If we lock them, they're going to break the doors down. We've already had that happen once this year. The formal washrooms will be open with restrictions. Basically, our staff will have the washroom open first thing in the morning and they'll clean it. And in the evening, they will shut the washroom down. They will spray the washroom with a disinfectant. So in the morning, they can clean the washroom. And that will be the regime.
So no weekends.
Weekends there's a report coming to council that it's going to be extra staffing, so it requires council approval. If council wants the washrooms open with extra staffing, then it will be approved. But as I'm saying in the report right now, there's some limitations.
So are you closing them after 4:30?
Yes.
And which beaches we have?
So we only have one beach with washrooms, is Melissa Bishop.
Right. So the other one where the swimming lessons are, is it officially closed?
The beach is not officially closed, no. All our beach areas are open,
Right.
but only one has formal washrooms.
So I can park my car and go down and swim off the boat launch. We have swimming lesson beach.
Yes, we're not stopping anymore. And not that it's not in the report, but the committee would be happy to know that our change room facility with the office it's all done. It's sitting out of the Mennonite's farm right now. We just have to move it. We're thinking possibly next week to move it, but it's complete, looks good. Abby and I got out and we were in it. So it's there and it's real. So for next year, we'll be ready to go with the proper change room.
I think
So-
you should rent it out to anybody involved with council who might need a little social distancing. Like a little tiny home with a beach view.
So what it is, exactly what we want it to be, is two little cubicles for changing that have privacy, and then it has an open space, and it has 3 windows, so the attendants can see who's coming down to the beach, and they can see the beach.
Is it better to leave it at their farm then, just till the end of the season? Or, so you don't.
Well, we've been talking to the man, he said that we could leave it for a while, but at some point we need to move it and take the liability away from him, because he's building lots of sheds. So it won't be a problem to move it. And the way to move this type of building is with a flatbed tow truck. It just slides right off and right on where we want it to be. Abby and I went down the other day just to make sure the measurements all work. So it's good, it looks good, and it'll be great for next year. And we'll just winterize it now and
Just a thought, you were talking there about the washrooms, on the weekends. That's gonna be the busiest time that they're gonna be used. If you can figure out a way of staffing it, that it can be clean, and it'd be wise to have them open, without that, they're gonna be fiddling all over the place.
so we're taking that to council because it's an extra and council has to look at whether they want to spend the money. Is there value? Certainly, yes, it's time that they use. It'd be great if we could keep them open 9 to 9 like every day. But again, there is provincial protocol and health unit protocol that we have to meet.
And do we know if Buncher Valley's is going to be open?
I don't know.
At this time, because I meet with all the CAOs in the county, a lot of them aren't opening their washrooms.
Yeah.
So we don't have to open them if we don't want to. That's the
But
problem.
is their beach open? I'm just thinking, will everybody just show up and like worry? Do you know?
Their out the arena isn't closed.
Okay.
isn't closed, doesn't mean it's, they're not saying open, but it isn't
Right.
closed.
Okay.
So the cottage, we are going to open the cottage with some limitations. So there's some provincial protocol for cleaning in between visits, but the cottage now can officially open. One of the things that we had for our updates to the cottage was to supply linen and to be able to wash it. Because of the protocols, people are going to have to bring their own linen this year again.
Good idea.
So we're just going to put the mattress covers on, the bed bug covers, and then it's up to them to bring their linen. We will be looking later at the ability to rent out the cottage with the washer and dryer facilities. Anyone that's interested after the meeting, I can take you over and show you the cottage, what we've done over the winter. The beds are coming, I believe, on Monday. But most of the stuff that we said that we were going to do is already done. And the way we did the washer and dryer, we did a stacking unit in the one room and did a lock closet. So when our cleaner goes in there, she can wash things. But we also have the option now to rent the cottage out with the key to the lock closet and the safe deposit, and they could use the washing machine and dryer too. So we'll show council or the committee after the meeting if you want to go over and take a quick look. We can social distance throughout the cottage and take a quick look at what we did. Ball diamonds. So the province is now allowing play at ball diamonds as long as we follow the provincial order and restrictions. And the order right now is no more than 10 people in a gathering, social or activities. So there's no ability to have organized baseball unless baseball is in teams of 5 and there's no coach. So that may change, but at this time, they can't. So the province is encouraging people to go out to ball diamonds. Up till yesterday, it was up to 5 people or families. Now it's, as of today, it's 10 people, but you must keep the 2-meter distancing.
Did, in the ball diamond, remember one of our last meetings when we were all together, there was that post, or the poles?
So Perry has been working on that.
Okay.
It became a second priority when he knew the ball diamond was going to be open.
Right.
But they're still working on that, and the same with some of the things for other things that we did.
Okay.
Picnic areas are available and open. We haven't been really promoting it, but it's there and available. Playgrounds are still closed by provincial order. So we cannot open our playgrounds. Yesterday, we asked for an extension on our accessibility grant, which gives us the new playground equipment at Golden Lake. The federal government and the provincial government offered us an extension, and we said, yeah, we'll just take the extension. So we have a little more time to be working on that because we weren't able to work on it this year, up till now. The Golden Lake Community Center will be opening with limitations. So there's very extreme limitations on public gatherings, but we do have a group that is renting the community center for church services every Sunday, which is, they're paying for it. They can now have services, but they have to be at 1/3 capacity. So if their congregation's 30 and they get 10, they can use it. So we're going to invite them back to the center based on the provincial regulations or limitations that have changed today. Boat launches are open, and we don't foresee any issues with boat launches this year. The basketball court is open for unorganized play, and again, we're following provincial protocol. They're encouraging outdoor activities, but not in an organized way. The beach volleyball, provincial protocol and health unit protocol says don't use it. There's no order saying not to use it, just the protocol saying you shouldn't use them because they're somewhat organized and they're somewhat compact. So those are basically our recreation facilities. And just for information, this is a report on the starting where it says currently at it's a draft of a report that's going to council on what the health unit has talked to us about and required us to do. So there's, just for information, we're just telling council, like the first thing on the physical distancing plan, the dedicated entrance and exit, pretty hard to do at some of our sites. But we would try. The posted signage, we actually made up some really nice signage that's been well received at our sites. We're going to put a few more up now that we have more things opening up. And we may have to do some limitations in our parking, where you're every second parking space. And a lot of things have to be done with the hopes that people follow those protocols, because we don't have people there all the time. So we would put traffic cones at the parks, for example, and you park. If someone moves the cone, we'll move it back on Monday or whatever. That's the best we can do. So I'm not going to go through everything here. There's just a big long list of things that we're doing, and it goes in a little bit of a protocol for the washrooms and things. So we're going to try to open what we can open and do what we can do. It's going to be somewhat difficult, but go through the summer. What's not in the report, and Abby's got a little bit to add later too, but for summer staff, one of the things that was really important for us was to be able to have the ability to have swim staff available. So what we did this summer is, with our student program, we've reduced the amount of students, but we are bringing 2 students on that have the ability to teach swimming lessons. I thought that to be very important, that we keep that relationship with the students that we've had previously, to be able to have a swim program next year. So 2 of our swim program students are going to be doing outside work for the summer, and I think they're going to work out very well for that. Abby can tell you that Abby hasn't been doing all the recreation coordinating. She's been picking up brush and working on roads and things too. So she's been having a lot of fun. And another thing that I'm going to announce officially is we're not losing Abby. We're going to lose Abby through being a part-time Abby. Abby has officially accepted a position. That's a part-time position, and I'll let Abby explain her position and congratulate her. But she's still going to work for us part-time this summer, which frees up some labor money for other things that we can do. So I'm going to turn it over to Abby, and she's going to tell you what she got, and we're very proud of her. And Abby, go ahead.
I've accepted a position to start within the hospital system in Renfrew County. I'm starting in Deep River as a rec therapist, as I'm not, I don't have my bachelor's degree or my specialist yet, but I am working towards it. So they're starting me at the easiest hospital in Deep River with the diploma. So I'm starting part-time, taking over for Leanne Frankie, as she's just moving to one hospital permanently. So that's pretty exciting. It's my first adult job. How about it? It's exciting. I'm primarily working with PTSD patients from the military and their families, so that's a great step for me. That's where I want to be. So.
And you do part-time here?
Yeah, so I'm working part-time at the Deep River Hospitals. I have some night shifts, I have some weekends, we're gonna find out what my exact days are next Tuesday.
Okay.
But they'll be the exact same every week. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when I'm not
Super.
there, I'm here.
Oh, congratulations. Well done.
So I'll let you talk about some of the limited, basically Abby's trying to do some programming this summer for us. As far as trying to do, she's been working with the library with Shawwood. She'll talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so the library and I have been talking about making videos of little arts and crafts things for them to be doing for kids at home, like just small things that people would have maybe at home or that are easy to get within our community. So far, they're not really allowed in the library yet due to provincial and federal stuff. So we're working on it slowly. With Shaw Woods, I met with Fred. I believe that was Fred. Yeah. Fred Blackstein a few weeks ago, and we talked about what maybe we could do or I could do to help, with them. They've said that ever since they've kept Shaw Woods open, that it's been very busy. There's people there all the time, which is great. They're looking at maybe running some of their programs that they normally do in the summer, like running their parking and stuff like that in a very small, much smaller than what they're used to. Just to have an option for some people, because some people don't research those things. Another thing that they want to look at is still being able to do their stargazing night. I believe it's the 13th or 14th of August. They asked for some help on that, so we can look at getting some help for that if that's something you'd like to do. Other than that, we've just been kind of talking back and forth about what could be done there. Like maybe we could have some socially distanced guided things happen there. They're looking into different ways that they can keep social distancing within, those groups, because sometimes you get bigger groups and sometimes you don't. Kind of an iffy one there. We've been back and forth on that quite a bit. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there.
The best we can do is what we can do, right?
That's great. And maybe, Abby, you could coordinate, maybe you could put some mascot information up with them. Lots of people are coming, maybe there's a place where you can stick that. People can pick it up as they want.
So Fred seems to be very positive with everything that's going on there. They're hoping that they will be in the fall allow students to come back there to learn, as there was normally used to about 4,500. They've gotten maybe just over 1,000 students this year just due to COVID. So it's a big difference for them this year.
Okay, that's, so the one thing that Abby didn't mention, she may not, I didn't actually tell her that, but the library has asked about a place that they could do like a drive-in movie themselves. And I suggested that they might want to work with us and do it at Melissa Bishop at the Ball Diamond, so that would be happening in summer too. And then the other, this 4-4 is cottage picture, so we're not, okay, we didn't get it left. So all the furniture of the cottage is falling out. So
It's just that it's likely.
we've taken a lot of the upholstered furniture and the mattresses, and there's some stuff that's going to be surplus at the cottage, basically. I would like to just allow anyone that wants to come and get something to get it, or you can't have a garage sale. We didn't want to have the upholstered furniture because you can't clean it between stays. I had some older leather furniture that I donated to the living room of the cottage, so it's in place now. There's some other stuff I'm going to buy. If you want to go to the cottage and you're interested in anything there, I think I'm just going to put it out as a public posting that if somebody wants to come and get something, I don't think we should give away mattresses, but because some of them are pretty bad, but some of the other stuff is. The couch doesn't look too bad, if you put the paint can under it, it's pretty good. But,
It's a lot of camp furniture, not gonna lie.
Christine, you're gonna want that tiger straight pillow. Got your name all over it, tiger straight pillow.
So after the meeting, if anyone would like to go over, I can show you what it looks like at the cottage and what we've done and what we're going to finish up. Basically, instead of contracting out, we brought Ron Keating, who works for us seasonally, and he's been doing the carpenter work. We've had to bring an electrician in to do the electrical work, but we now are running hot and cold water upstairs. We now have a nice shower to shower in, nice vanities in there. We've actually did new flooring in the kitchen floor, and next week he's putting a fan in the kitchen, a proper fan. We've had to correct some of the electrical work. The washer dryers in there. It's looking nice, but we didn't want to take away the rustic, so we haven't ripped things apart.
I don't think you can take the rest of it.
So,
James?
Just a question for Andrew. So the electrician that did the work, I'm assuming he had to take out a permit, so everything would be inspected and approved before we allow people.
correct. So just on a permit, I think it's a thing from the council, we're getting a blanket permit now to do all our electrical work in the township because our work exceeds what it would cost to just get individual permits. So
Right.
we're under a blanket permit now.
Good idea.
So then I can bring up council speed on that.
And just one last thing, I know, because everything kind of went crazy. Did we ever notify those two rec committee members?
So they will be officially notified when we come back to have a regular meeting. So I think it's time to do that now.
Okay.
So we can do that. And as far as the recreation meeting minute or meetings, and it's up to the committee. You usually take a break in the summer,
Oh, yeah.
but there's not a lot
It's
for
not
you to
really
do
a lot
at
anyways.
the moment.
But we would still notify those members before.
Definitely.
Okay, because I think that's important, because remember, it took forever to get, now we have 2 great members, and there we go. So now we can rock and roll in the fall, and maybe in the fall we'll know more what's going on.
Maybe July 1st, this will all be over.
Okay, maybe it's just a bad dream,
I think so.
and your night's not gonna go.
That's wishful thinking.
How am I gonna do, hey, I won't be able to social distancing on the bag.
Well, thanks for calling us together and keeping us informed, really. Good to
Thanks,
know
Allison, for
everything is
joining us
fine.
on Zoom.
And it's really good you guys kept the beaches open. I mean, to the extent that you could keep it open.
Yeah.
People, like, you put that out in a memo and it went on sport and social and stuff. So
Pretty
Nice
hard
you
to
can do,
police.
right?
It's pretty hard to police keeping them away
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
They're gonna come no matter what.
Yeah.
We will get them, can follow some
I-
rules.
Yes.
Allison's got a question.
And, oh, Andrew, I just had one question. Is there any chance that, I mean, who knows, that by August, they may allow a swimming program or some kind of a sort of cut down swimming program, teaching? Do you think there'd be any chance of that? And, or do you have to cancel it for the season and make a firm cancellation?
So I think I actually stated that in the report. So basically, there won't be sanctioned events this year, but there may be
Okay.
the opportunity to have some, little lessons, but they're not going to be sanctioned. And
Okay,
if this to be the case, we do have 2 lifeguards that work for us. But again,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
play it by ear, play it to see what happens.
yeah. I'm glad that you hired the lifeguard. That's an excellent idea. Excellent. Thinking of, future keeping them on, I think, good thinking.
Does anyone else have any comments or questions?
When are we getting that donut?
Concerns?
Anytime.
No, she can't get it until we get the funds.
So, yeah, I'm too close to you. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Okay, so anyone want to go to the meeting to?
I'd like to go for
I'd like to see that.
Abby, could you get the funds so they can have a donut?
Yes,
We can take it in our car, because it's a road trip, so I'll eat it on the way.
I guess you should have.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. All right, I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Somebody motion? Kevin, seconded by Val.
Thank you. I think that you guys are doing great. It's a hard time for everybody, so well done.
It's an interesting time. So is there anything going on for Taste at all?
No.
Okay.
We're not opening.